Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever locked eyes with someone across the room and felt this, I don't know, like you just knew right then and there? We've all heard those stories, those movie magic moments that make you believe in love at first sight. But is it real? Or is it just Hollywood magic? Well, get ready to dive into the fascinating science behind those instant sparks because today we're tackling love at first sight. 1. Is it real? So, what is love at first sight, really? I mean, is it love or is it something else? It's this idea that you can experience intense attraction, even love, for someone the very moment you meet them. And it's been a popular theme in literature and movies forever. I mean, Romeo and Juliet, Cinderella and Prince Charming, Noah and Allie from The Notebook, they all just locked eyes and bam, it was destiny. But in real life, is it really love? Or is it a cocktail of hormones and wishful thinking? Let's find out. 2. Can looks really be that important? Okay, let's be honest. Physical appearance does play a role in those initial moments of attraction. I mean, come on, we've all been there. You see someone across the room and you're like, wowza, our brains are wired to respond to certain visual cues. It's evolutionary, really. We're naturally drawn to people who, look healthy and fit. But remember, beauty is subjective. What one person finds attractive, another might not. It's all about that personal preference. Plus, looks can only take you so far. If there's no substance behind those pretty eyes, you'll be bored out of your mind. 3. The psychology of attraction. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Attraction is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that goes beyond the surface level. It's not just about physical appearance or the initial spark you feel when you meet someone new. See, attraction isn't just about looks. It's about the chemistry between people, the way they connect on an emotional and intellectual level. When we interact with others, our brains are constantly processing information and making judgments about compatibility. It's about what's going on inside our heads, too. Our brains release chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin that influence our feelings of attraction and attachment. These chemicals can create a sense of euphoria and bonding, making us feel closer to the person we're attracted to. Our personalities, our experiences, our beliefs, they all play a part in who we're drawn to. For example, someone who values kindness and empathy may be more attracted to individuals who exhibit those traits. Similarly, our past experiences shape our preferences and the qualities we find appealing in others. For instance, have you ever noticed how you tend to fall for people who remind you of someone from your past, like maybe a parent or a first love? This phenomenon is known as transference, where we project feelings and expectations from past relationships onto new ones. It's called transference, and it's a real thing. Our brains are wired to seek out familiar patterns, and this can influence our attraction to certain individuals. Understanding this can help us become more aware of our relationship patterns and make more conscious choices in our love lives. And then there's the whole similarity attracts theory. Research has shown that we're often drawn to people who share our values, interests, and backgrounds. This similarity can create a sense of comfort and understanding, making it easier to build a strong connection. We're often drawn to people who share our values, interests, and backgrounds. When we find someone who enjoys the same activities or has similar life goals, it can feel like we've found a kindred spirit. This shared ground can be the foundation for a lasting and meaningful relationship. It's like looking in a mirror, but, a more fun, less judgmental mirror. When we see ourselves reflected in someone else, it can validate our own identity and make us feel understood. This mutual recognition can be incredibly powerful in forming deep and lasting bonds. 4. Pheromones and that love potion, Num 9. Okay, get ready for some science. Did you know that our bodies are basically little chemical factories? We're constantly releasing these invisible messengers called pheromones, and they can seriously mess with our attraction levels. Pheromones can signal things like attraction, sexual availability, even our immune system compatibility. It's like our bodies are having a whole conversation without us even knowing it. So, that feeling of instant chemistry, it might just be your pheromones doing the tango. Isn't science wild? 5. First impressions and secret body language. You know what they say? You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And it's true. Those first few seconds of meeting someone can make or break the deal. We pick up on subtle cues like eye contact, body language, even the way someone smells, hopefully good. A genuine smile, a slight lean in, a playful touch on the arm. These nonverbal signals can speak volumes about our interest level. So, pay attention to those vibes because they might be telling you more than words ever could. 6. Birds of a feather or opposites attract. We've all heard the saying opposites attract, but is it really true? Well, sometimes. The idea that opposites attract is a popular one, often romanticized in movies and books. Think of the classic tales where the quiet, bookish character falls for the adventurous, free-spirited one. It's a compelling narrative, but how does it hold up in real life? While we might be initially drawn to people who are different from us, it's exciting, right? These differences can add a spark to the relationship. The novelty of discovering someone else's world can be thrilling. You get to learn new things, experience different activities, and broaden your horizons. However, this initial excitement can sometimes fade as the relationship progresses. Long-term relationships often thrive on shared values and interests. When you and your partner have common ground, it creates a strong foundation. Shared values mean you both have a similar outlook on life, which can make decision-making and planning for the future much smoother. Common interests provide a continuous source of activities and topics to bond over. When you have things in common, you have more to talk about, more to share, and more to enjoy together. Conversations flow more naturally, and you find joy in the same things. This can lead to a deeper emotional connection and a sense of companionship that is hard to beat. More to experience together, and let's be honest, fewer things to argue about. When you and your partner see eye to eye on many aspects of life, it reduces the potential for conflict. You understand each other's perspectives better and can navigate challenges more effectively. Fewer things to argue about means a more harmonious relationship. Of course, no relationship is without its disagreements, but having a lot in common can make it easier to resolve conflicts and find common ground. So while that bad boy rocker might seem intriguing at first, the allure of someone so different can be strong. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new and different personality. But over time, these differences can become sources of tension and misunderstanding. You might be better off with someone who actually shares your love for, say, rescuing puppies and binge-watching reality TV. Finding a partner who enjoys the same activities and has similar passions can lead to a more fulfilling and lasting relationship. So, while opposites can attract, birds of a feather often find the most enduring happiness together. 7. So is it real or is it a fairy tale? This is a question that has puzzled lovers, poets, and scientists alike for centuries. The idea of love at first sight is enchanting, almost magical. But is it truly possible, or is it just a romantic notion that we love to believe in? So after all that, what's the verdict? Can two people really fall in love the moment their eyes meet? Or is it just a fleeting moment of attraction that we often mistake for something deeper? Is love at first sight real? Many people claim to have experienced it. They describe a powerful, almost electric connection that they felt instantly. But what does science say about this phenomenon? Well, the truth is, it's complicated. While initial attraction can be incredibly strong, it doesn't necessarily equate to lasting love. Our brains are wired to respond to physical appearance and body language, which can create a strong initial impression. While we can experience intense, instant attraction, true love takes time to develop. It's not just about that first glance or the initial chemistry. It's about building a connection that goes beyond the surface. It requires trust, understanding, and a whole lot of patience. True love is about growing together, facing challenges, and supporting each other through thick and thin. It's about the small, everyday moments that build a strong foundation. That initial spark might be real, but it's just the first chapter in a much longer story. It's the beginning of a journey that requires effort, commitment, and a willingness to grow together. Think of it like this. Love at first sight is like seeing a delicious dessert menu. You might be instantly drawn to the most decadent-looking dessert, but you won't know if it's truly your favorite until you've tasted it. You might be instantly drawn to that triple chocolate cake with its rich layers and tempting appearance, but the real test comes when you take that first bite. But you won't know if you truly love it until you've taken a bite, savored each layer, and experienced the flavors melding together. It's the same with love, and maybe even gone back for seconds. True love, like a favorite dessert, is something that deepens and becomes more satisfying over time. It's about savoring each moment and appreciating the journey together. What do you think? So tell me, have you ever experienced what you thought was love at first sight? Share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more relationship advice and fun conversations. Thanks for watching.